What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City video. Today I'm going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's away game against Brentford in the Premier League. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the video, and also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by SofaScore, who are going to keep you guys up to date every single step of the way with all the latest football scores from around the ground. They're going to keep you up to date with the latest match information along with the latest statistics and so much more. It's not just limited to football, guys. It's got all the scores and information covered for all the sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. It's free to download, very highly rated and worthwhile checking out. Links and details, they are in the description. So, match information for this game taking place at the Gtech Community Stadium for the Premier League. It's match day number 21 on Tuesday, 14th of January 2025 with a 7:30 PM GMT kickoff time, with the game being broadcast live on TNT Sports. Now, our opponents for this game, Brentford, formed in 1889, led by manager Thomas Frank, currently find themselves 11th in the Premier League with 8 wins, 3 draws and 9 losses so far this season. In terms of their form, they've won just 1 of their last 7 games in all competitions. They lost their last game at the weekend, a home game against Plymouth Argyle of the Championship, by a 0-0, and a little bit of a shock result there. They did win their last Premier League game away from home 5-0 against Southampton. They lost their last Premier League home game against Arsenal by 3-1. Despite their form, though, don't expect this to be an easy game at all. They will fight tooth and nail for absolutely everything, and this will not be easy for Manchester City. Now, in terms of their dangers, I feel like Brentford's dangers are really all about their attack, and Wissa, they can cause and will cause Manchester City problems. In fact, they have caused Man City problems already this season when we played them at the Etihad Stadium back in September, with Man City winning that game by 2-1. Brentford took the lead through Wissa. It was scored inside the first minute. So there's dangers there, there's clinicalness there that City have to be really wary of and ensure that the supply to their attack is cut off. Now, they've got some decent players in midfield, the likes of Norsgaard and Damsgaard. There's problems in midfield as well. Now, their defence, I think, leaves a little bit to be desired, and that's down to them having a bit of a defensive injury crisis right now. So we're looking at the likes of Pinnock, Asia, me, all out injured. So they are down to the bare bones when it comes to their defence. I'm expecting to see Flecken starting goal, and he always seems to do well whenever he's facing Manchester City, and I suspect that will be the same for this game as well. So, as I've mentioned, Pinnock, Asia, me, they're all injured, along with Hickey, De Silva, Thiago, Gomez, Trevitt. They're all out of this game, and there's some huge defensive blows there. So I'm expecting Brentford to go with a 3-1-2 formation, which means Flecken starting in goal, Roerslev starting right back, Collins and Vandenberg starting as their 2 centre-backs, and Lewis Potter starting at left back. Moving on into midfield, made up of Janlet, Norgard and Yarmaloke, and then Damsgaard playing further ahead of them, helping to try and support the 2 attackers in Wissa and Mbeumo. So for Manchester City, we're formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola. Currently find ourselves 6th in the Premier League, chasing a top 4 spot. We're 1 point behind Newcastle, 2 points behind Chelsea in 4th place. Chelsea at home to Bournemouth at the same time as us as this game. Newcastle play Wolverhampton Wanderers at home on Wednesday night. So I feel like, because I'm expecting both Newcastle and Chelsea to win their games, that Manchester City need to stay hot on their tails and try and win that game. And let's not forget, we've got Chelsea and Newcastle coming up over the next month at the Etihad Stadium as well. So we need to make sure that we're staying within touching distance of them. We've got a little bit of good form, 3 wins from our last 3 games, and we want to try and continue that now ahead of a couple of really tricky away games in the Premier League. Brentford away here and Ipswich Town away from home at the weekend. Now, Manchester City's form, it's 4 wins in 16, unbeaten in the last 4, won our last 3, 8-0 at the weekend against Salford City on Saturday in the FA Cup at the Etihad. We did win our last Premier League game as well against West Ham at home by 4-1, and we won our last Premier League away game 2-0 against Leicester City. Now, in terms of injury news, Manchester City missing Rodri, our long-term absentee. Oscar Bobb is now back in training, but still a few weeks away from a return to the squad. I think Ruben, Diaz and John Stones are going to be missing from this game, but Matheus, Nunes and Ederson are both fit. Kyle Walker, not really had an update from Pep Guardiola, but I'm not expecting Kyle Walker to be available for this game, as he's told Manchester City that he does want to leave. And also, in terms of the transfers, we know that Kusanov could be a Manchester City player potentially by the time this game is going ahead, but I am not expecting Kusanov, if that transfer goes ahead today or tomorrow, for him to be featuring in this game. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now. I'm going with Stefan Ortega to start in goal. I'm going with a back three made up of Akanji, Ake and Josko Gvardiol. Rico Lewis heads more into midfield to support Mateo, Kovacic. Alongside him, I've got Bernardo, Silva and Phil Foden. I've got Savinho out on the right wing, Jeremy Doku on the left wing, and I start Erling Haaland up top. Now, for me, the biggest selection headache that we've got is how do we find room to bring Kevin De Bruyne into midfield, because one of Bernardo or Foden or maybe one of the wingers in Savinho or Doku might miss out to move or accommodate Foden or Bernardo to go out wide. What are we going to do? One player is going to miss out. I feel sorry for James McAtee. He scored a hat-trick at the weekend. Yeah, I don't think he's going to start it, but he definitely deserves minutes, and I would like to see him get some minutes in this game regardless of how the game is going on, because if we don't, we run the risk of losing him this month on a permanent transfer. We do have options from the bench. Mubama scored on his debut for Manchester City at the weekend. Grealish, De Bruyne and Nunes, McAtee, all good attacking options. You've also got some midfield options with the likes of O'Reilly, Gundogan, McAtee, Nunes and Grealish. And we've got some defensive options, but really are down to the bare bones with no Kyle Walker, where Jahmai, Simpson-Pusey is the Manchester City option in defence. I'm expecting Ederson at least to make the bench, potentially could even start in this game. Now, in terms of my score prediction, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a pretty similar game to the one that we saw at the Etihad Stadium. Brentford take the lead first half. Manchester City find an equaliser. I'm going for that to happen later in the first half. I'm going Erling Haaland to find that, and then City to win it towards the end of the game in the last 15-20 minutes. I'm going Phil Foden to win this game for Manchester City, and City to win this game by 2-1. Now, in terms of my betting tips, I do think this is going to be both teams to score. I think with Brentford's defensive struggling with their injuries, I'm going to back Erling Haaland to try and dominate and bully the Brentford defence. So I'm going for him to score any time, and if Phil Foden does start, I do fancy that he scores at least a goal in this game as well. Does seem to like a goal at the Gtech Community Stadium. So they are my betting tips. So next up for Brentford, they're taking on Liverpool at home at 3 p.m. GMT on Saturday. Gets no easier for them. For Manchester City, it is another away game. As I said before, we're on the road on Sunday to Portman Road to take on Ipswich Town at 4:30 p.m. GMT. Last note, I will be doing a live watch along of this game for you guys to enjoy, as the kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. GMT. I'll be going live 30 minutes before kickoff at 7 p.m. GMT. I will have that live watch along link out for you guys later on this afternoon for you to go and set your reminders for that, so I will see you for that. Also, I will have my daily Manchester City transfer update out later on today for you guys to enjoy as well. So there we go, that has been today's video. Please do leave a thumbs up on the video, that would be much appreciated. It does let me know that you are enjoying the videos. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.